All right, David Benavidez destroys Anthony Yarde in 7 rounds. I mean, he looks superhuman in there tonight, man. So I don't know what the protocol was or the testing protocol was. I mean, y'all let me know. I didn't hear nothing on the website, nothing on Twitter about it. I mean, maybe everything is fair game, and maybe everything is fair game in Saudi. Who knows? You know, on PBC, a lot of their testing was kept under wraps, so you just don't know. But, he destroyed Anthony Yarde, walked through Anthony Yarde, punches like it was Orange Juice Jones walking through the rain, throwing 1,000 punches. I mean, didn't flinch, didn't take a deep breath. I'm just saying, work with Memo Hernandez. But hey, it is what it is, Maybe, maybe it is what it is. But, Yards tried to punch with him, and he did punch with him. He punched him with some shots he didn't see coming. Benavidez didn't even get neck whiplash. He took those punches like it was absolutely nothing. Right? He took those punches like it was absolutely nothing. And when that happened, when he was, and if you're able to punch with a guy like he was punching with Benavidez, and he don't even flinch, or he just take the punches and keep coming, Yarde, it was a wrap. Yarde maybe could have, used a couple more shots to the body. Maybe he could have shoot shots to the body a little bit more or something like that. But for the most part, when he was punching him with them counter shots and he didn't flinch, it was nothing. It was nothing that, he could do. It was nothing that he can do, Benavidez just laughed and kept coming and taking punches and giving punches, didn't take a deep breath at all. And Yarde just, you don't even know Yarde got tired. Yarde got beat up. He beat Yarde up, just overwhelmed him with punches, overwhelmed him with power. Just overwhelmed him. Benavidez, I think Sergio Mora was saying Benavidez most likely probably needed to, use a jab. He didn't need to. When you can walk through punches, have unlimited stamina, have great punch resistance, retain your speed and jumping up multiple weight classes, what can you do? I mean, it ain't really nothing you can do. So I'm not sure anybody around there can beat David Benavidez. He gets stronger. He got great conditioning. Don't get tired. You know what I'm saying? He don't get tired. I mean, this is crazy. I'm crazy, man. But for the most part, Yarde is done. I don't think he can move up to cruiserweight and make anything shake. Obviously, I think he's too thick to move down. So I believe Yarde is probably time to hang it up. Just a little bit not quite world level. Solid contender, but maybe not world level. So, and that might just be what it is for him. So, Benavidez, too much, accuracy, too much power, too much speed, too much body punching, too much volume. You know what I'm saying? It was just too much of everything. Yarde, like I said, I like the game plan. I loved it. Sit there, let him throw punches, punch between his punches, and that's what you do. He was able to take them. This dude can't get hurt. This dude is invincible since getting dropped by what's buddy name? getting dropped by Ronald Garville. This dude has just been supernatural, bro. And you know, had he been a nigga, people would have speak about it. Let's keep it real. You know, nobody calls David Benavidez a weight bully. Nobody talks about a relationship with Memo Hernandez. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just keeping it a bean. It's all Victor Conti, Victor Conti. But you know, he got talent. You know, very fast, accurate, good body puncher. You know, underrated defense. You know, when he uses when he want to defend on the outside, he can move his head, and I don't probably see anybody really beating him. You know, he said he wanted to go up there and fight Gilberto Ramirez. You know, next, who gives a fuck about that fight? Like, nobody ever say, oh man, I can't wait to see a cruiserweight fight. Said nobody in the history of fucking boxing. So I don't know. Gilberto Ramirez don't sell. He don't sell. So, you know, let them, you know, go put a dud together. You know what I'm saying? Canelo can fucking shadow box, or Canelo can pop lock and get more viewers than they would. Like I said before, Golden Boy is a scam. So Benavidez running over to Oscar to make some shake. That's a scam to begin with. Scam most likely. You know, Benavidez, I don't know what to tell him what to do. You know, I get the impression that Better be Evan Bivol will be fighting again. So I get that impression. But, you know, do what you do. I mean, I don't know who gonna give a fuck about that fight. I don't really think Mexicans care about Gilberto Ramirez, let alone cruiserweight. But I could be wrong. You know, I won't watch it. I'll keep it real with you. I ain't watching it for what? You know, it don't make no sense. But like I said, you know, Yarde is probably over with for him. Probably time to go get his CDLs. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, I think he overachieved. I think he was a late bloomer to the sport of boxing. And he just ran into some elite guys. You know, ran into Better BF, ran into Kovalev, and then ran into, you know, David Benavidez. So, you know, Benavidez is on a Hall of Fame trajectory. So, you know, for the most part, you know, maybe some people say, well, if Yarde had a better trainer, or, you know, whatever. Well, if he wasn't so muscular like that, maybe. I don't really think it was a thing about him fading. And like, he got beat the fuck up. He got beat up bad. You know, his name was Kunta or Tobe. So he got beat up real bad. So, but ultimately, you know, can he bounce back? No, it's over with. You know, if he continues to fight, he would just be an opponent. He will be a stepping stone for younger fighters coming up. You know, he will be a stepping stone for what's that dude's name? Ben Whitaker. You know, he'll be a stepping stone for a guy like Ben Whitaker. You know, that's all he's gonna be. So it's up to him. If he needs the money, if he want to keep going, chasing something that's not meant for him, which is a world championship, well, shout out to him. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. So, but ultimately, it's just not meant to be in Benavidez. I mean, obviously, it sounds like, from what I could just read into it, it sounds like Benavidez and Bevo and Better BF gonna fight, and Benavidez needs something to do in between there, in between time. That's what it sounds like to me. So I could be wrong on that, but you know, ultimately, it was what we expected. I thought Yarde was put up a little bit better of a fight. He didn't. He didn't. He didn't. So, I mean, so be it. So, you know, David did his thing. Shout out to David. You know, but like I said, I don't see him being a superstar in the sport at this weight or at cruiserweight. I think he got to go to heavyweight to be that, get that superstar potential. It's just not the names, not the, you know, it's not the names that can get him there. They can attempt to bump Canelo off those dates, but he just don't generate enough money, and opponents that he in there with don't generate enough money. So he won't be a Mexican superstar. I tell you that, but they don't fuck with him like that from what I see. And I just don't think he got the opponents to be able to commercially get there. So that's just my point, my opinion on it. But I could be wrong. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link tree, find me on Facebook, X, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Join the Patreon. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.